Welcome back, students, in the second part of lesson number 11 of science. The name of the chapter is Light, Shadows and Reflection. Let's start the chapter. Now, property of light. So, the main property of light is light travels in a straight line. Now, look at the picture. These are the beams of laser light. You can see clearly that light travels in a straight line. Let's see with an experiment. For this experiment, you have to take a piece of a pipe, then light a candle and fix it on a table at one end of the room. Means you have to take one candle and light it, okay, and fix it at a table of one end of the room, okay. Then you have to take a piece of pipe. Now standing at the other end of the room, look at the candlelight through the pipe. Means you have to try to look at the candle from the pipe, hole of the pipe. Is the candlelight visible? Yes, the candlelight is visible. And why it is so? Because the light always travels in a straight line. So you can see that the candle emits its lights in the pipe and that lights reflected to your eyes. And this reflected light, when the reflected light reaches to your eyes, you can be able to see the candle. Okay. Now, what you have to do now? Now bend the pipe a little while looking at the candle. Means you are able to look at the candle. Now little bend your pipe. Now bend your pipe a little and then try that is the candle light visible now, and try to see the candle with the bended pipe. So what you observe? That no, the candle light is not visible through the bended pipe. Why is it so? Because the light from candle reaches to your eyes, then only you are able to see this candle. And when you bend the pipe a little, you will observe that when you bent your pipe, the candle flame cannot be seen. Means you can't able to see the flame of the candle. It is because the bended area blocks the light and you are not able to see the light. Okay. This proves that light does not bend and travels in straight line only. Now see, when you are see in the picture, in picture 1, the pipe is straight. So you are able to see the candle. But when you bend your pipe little bit, so what happens? The light blocks up to the bended pipe. The bended area blocks the light from what? From reaches to your eye. So it is not, you are not able to see the candle or the flame of the candle. So observe these pictures. You must be observed that when sun is there during the daytime, sun rays are coming in a straight line. Sun rays comes in straight line always. You must have observed these vehicles also in the night. When you see the headlight of the vehicles in the night, you can observe that light travels in a straight line. Similarly, from the window of any room or from torch or candle, you can see the light goes in a straight line. Means light travels in a straight line only. So you must understand now that lights travel in a straight line only. So answer this question. Light travels in dash. Your options are straight line, zigzag line, curved line, both A and C. Yes, your answer is right. Light travels in straight line only. Light never travels in zigzag line. Light never travels in curved line. Or light only travels in straight line. Now let's move ahead to the shadows. You must have seen your own shadows or the shadows of trees during the sunlight. So how these short shadows are formed? So what happens, as I already told you before, that when light, any source of light reflects, emits its light, sorry, when any source of light emit its light towards the object, okay, and that object reflects the light, so we are able to see any object. But if we block the light, if we block the path of the light, then what happens? Then the dark area created, like see, here is a chair, okay, in the picture chair is there, okay. So what happens? Sunlight emitted lights, sun emitted lights, but this chair, because chair is an opaque object, so this chair blocks the light towards the earth. So that means this opaque object, this chair is blocking the light to reach to the earth, and this opaque object created a dark zone which is called shadow. That dark area created by an opaque object due to reflection of light, it is called shadow. So you can see that behind the chair you must see the shadow, okay. So let's understand with in this way, that if you on the torch, okay, so opaque object is placed in the path of light. Here is, you can see the source of light is torch and it reflects to the opaque object. So what happens? Light cannot pass through opaque object, so light is blocked by the object. So what happens? When the light is blocked by the object, an area of darkness, or we can say shadow, is formed by the opaque object. What happens? When the light is blocked by the object, any opaque object, an area of darkness or shadow is formed by the opaque object, okay. So in this way shadows are formed. Shadows are formed when path of light is blocked by an opaque object. Now, what conditions are necessary for formation of shadows? So there are 3 conditions which are very necessary for formation of shadows. The first is light source, means source of light. Second is an opaque object, and the third is a screen or surface behind the object. Now look at these pictures. In the upper picture you can see there is no light, that means there is no shadow. No light, no shadow. In the lower picture you can see there is a source of light, means light falls on a man and it creates a shadow. That means the first property, source of light, is necessary to create a shadow, okay. Next condition, second condition is no object, no shadow. Now you can see in the first picture on the left hand side there is no object, so no shadow is created. But in the other hand, on the right side, in second picture, trees are there on the road, inside of the road. So when the sun rays falls on the trees, sunlight falls on the trees, it creates shadow. That means this is the second property or second necessity, that an opaque object must, shadow needs an opaque object, okay. Then observe these pictures. Third one, object and shadow. That means object is necessary for shadow. And see in the lower picture that a shadow is obtained only on a screen or surface. Means if there is no screen or no surface, the shadow will not formed. So it is necessary that source of light, object and a screen. These are the three necessary conditions to formation of shadow. One more example, you can see that here a girl is falling light towards the boy and the shadow is creating behind it on the screen or on the surface. If there is no surface, is the shadow formed? No. If there is no surface, the shadow is not formed. So these are the three necessary conditions for the formation of shadows. The first is light source, that means source of light. Second is an opaque object, and third is a screen or surface behind the object. Now let's move ahead to properties of shadow. Now transparent objects do not make shadows. Object must be opaque or translucent. Now see in this picture, if you keep a transparent object in the path of light, what happens? No shadow is created, no shadow is formed. Why it is so? Because transparent object will allow light to pass through it. I already discussed you in previous video that transparent object will allow light to pass through it. So what happens? No shadow is created. Now second property, shadows are black or grey in color. You must have seen that shadows are always black or grey in color. Shadows never formed in which the object is, in which color the object is. Okay, shadows are always black or grey in color. It is formed opposite to the source of light. Shadows are always formed opposite to the source of light. Now see in the first picture, the sun is coming in the from which direction the sun is coming. Sun is falling its light and the shadow is creating in the opposite direction of the sun. So this means shadow is formed opposite to the source of light. Okay. Then fourth property, the shadow can be seen only on a screen. The ground, walls of the rooms, a building or other such surfaces act as a screen for the shadows. Means if there is no screen or no surface, shadows are not formed. Okay. Now next property is fifth property. Shadows sometimes gives a lot of information about the object, but sometimes shadows can also mislead us about the shape of the object. Now see in the third picture, in the lower picture, you can see that there are two persons. It is clear that these are two persons. But observe this picture. What you can see in the picture? If you see in the shadow part, you see that this is a face of any animal, but it is not a face of animal. It creates by the hand. A boy is creating, or a boy is arranging his fingers like this, that it seems like that it is a shadow of any animal. So this proves that sometimes shadows can mislead us also about the shape of the object. Next is, shape of the shadow is always similar to that of the object, but the size of the object varies. Now shape of the shadow is always similar to that of the object, means the shape of the object is similar in the shadow, but size of the object varies. And why it is so? Size of the object varies due to the distance between that source of light and the opaque object. When the object is closer to the source of light, the shadow is larger. And if the object is farther to the source of light, the shadow is smaller. So if the distance between the source of light and an opaque object is more, the size of the shadow decreases. Let's see with this example. Now here you can see the source of light and an opaque object. The object is very much closer to the source of light. Then what happens? The shadow is larger in size. It is due to when the object is closer to the source of light, the shadow becomes larger because object blocks larger area of light. Wherever if the distance between the source of light and opaque object is more, then the size of shadow decreases because it blocks smaller area of light. So the size of the object decreases. So I hope that you understood about the shadows very well. So answer this question. Dash is formed when an opaque object comes in path of light. Your options are shadow, a colorful image, or both A and B. Yes, your answer is right. Shadow is formed when an opaque object comes in path of light. One more question. Conditions necessary for formation of shadows are? Yes, light source, opaque object, and screen. These are the three conditions which are necessary for formation of objects. So I hope you all understood about the formation of shadows very well and about the shadows very well. Now let's move ahead to the mirror and reflections. You all have seen yourself in the mirror. In mirror, you can see your own face. So when we look into the mirror and see our own face inside the mirror, what you see? It is a reflection of our face in the mirror. We also see reflections of other objects that are in front of the mirror. Look at the second picture. The reflection of objects are seen in the mirror. So we can see not only we can see ourselves but other objects too in the mirror. Also we see reflections of trees, buildings and other objects in the water of a pond or a lake, or we can say the calm water of a pond or lake. You can see the clear image of trees or plants in the calm water. So why we are able to see ourselves in the mirror? It is due to reflection of light. We already learned this thing that when the source of light emits its lights towards the opaque object, then the light reflects and it reaches to our eyes and we are able to see an object. Okay. So similarly, we can see in the mirror also due to reflection. Image of an object is seen in the mirror. What happens? When you stood up in front of the mirror, what happens? The source of light is there which emit its light and your reflection is, and your body reflects towards the mirror and mirror again reflects towards your eyes. Means light of source, it's whether it is sun or it is tube light or bulb in the room, the source of light emits light on your body reflects to the mirror, and the mirror again reflects and reach to your eyes, so you are able to see your own face in the mirror. So it is all due to reflection. Now, most of the objects around us reflects light, but some reflect more light and some reflects less light. So, when some objects reflects more light, you can see, or we are able to see ourselves in the mirror, like mirror. But when some objects reflect less light, we are not able to see our face in such objects. So why can't we see our image in a white sheet of paper or table, though it also reflects like light like mirror? It is because all objects do not reflect light in same manner. Now, reflection of light is of two types. It is also divided in two types. One is regular reflection and the another is irregular reflection. So, regular reflection, when ray of light falls on smooth surface like mirror, they are reflected parallelly in the same direction. You can see in the picture, in the left hand side, regular reflection is given. You can see clearly that the ray of light falls on a smooth surface and it goes parallelly in the same direction. The rays are reflected parallelly. Whereas in irregular reflection, rays of light falls on rough or irregular surface like paper, plastic, chair, table, book, etc. Light rays are reflected in different directions. Now you can see in the second picture, in below the irregular reflection, the rays of the light are reflected in different directions because the surface of the object is rough. So we are able to clearly see our reflection in mirror because mirror is a clear and smooth surface and it reflects parallelly in same direction, and we are not able to see our reflection in rough surface or irregular surface because the rays of light falls or rays of light reflects in different directions. So reflection is not clear, hence we are not able to see our image on plastic clearly. Most of the objects, for example table, chair, etc. reflects in a irregular reflection, so we are not able to see our face in irregular reflection. Mirrors are made by depositing a very thin and smooth layer of silver on a piece of glass. That means shiny and smooth layer. The layer of the mirror, the uppermost layer of the mirror is very thin and very smooth, and it is made up of silver on a piece of glass. So it is very shiny and smooth that it reflects nearly 99% light. That is regular reflection. So we can see ourselves in mirror very clearly. Whereas in white paper of sheet, or we can say in white sheet, it is made up of rough surface. So the surface of paper is rough, so we cannot see ourselves in white sheet of paper. Okay. So because mirror is smooth and shiny and it has regular reflection, and the paper is rough and it has irregular reflection, so we are not able to see our face. Now next is pinhole camera. You must have seen cameras. How this pinhole camera works and what is this pinhole cameras. Let's study in detail about pinhole cameras. A pinhole camera is a device which forms an image of a bright object on a screen without using a lens. You know that in camera there is a lens, but in pinhole camera there is no lens and it works without using any lens, and the image of a bright object on a screen. It creates an image of a bright object. Okay. It works on the principle that light travels in a straight line. As I already told you that light travels in a straight line only. So it works on the principle that light travels in a straight line. A pinhole camera can be made with simple materials and can be used to obtain the image of the sun and brightly lit objects. Now it can be made with very simple material and can be used to obtain image of the sun brightly. So let's have a look that how to make a pinhole camera. Take two cardboard boxes, one larger than the other, such that one box slides into the other without any gap. Means you have to take two cardboard boxes. One is little bit larger than other in a manner that one box slides into the other without any gap. Cut open one side of each box. Now have a look in this picture. Two boxes are given. One is little smaller and one is larger. And in this first larger box, what you have to do? You have to cut open one side of each box. Means one side you have to keep open. And on the opposite face of the larger box, cut a small hole in the center. Now you can see in the picture that a small hole is has been done, which is called pinhole, in the center. And on the opposite of the smaller box, what we have to do? Cut a square of about 5 centimeter. We have to cut a square in a smaller box and cover this open area with a tracing paper. What we have to do? That first we have to cut the square of 5 centimeter and then cover this open area with tissue paper. Then slide the smaller box inside the larger one such that the side with the tracing paper is on the inside. Means we have to slide this smaller box inside the larger one. And in such way that the side with the tracing paper is on the inside. That the tracing paper is, we have to put the side which have tracing paper on the side where the pinhole is there. Then cover the camera and your head with a black cloth and then get ready to observe the distant objects. Then you have to cover the camera and your head with a black cloth and then you have to observe the distant object. You can see in this picture that how it works. The larger box than the smaller box is given, means outer box and inner box, and pinhole and tracing paper. Now see how it works. If you observe a tree from this pinhole camera, there is a tracing paper. Okay, the light is reflecting, the light emits, the source of light emits light towards the tree, and because the tree is an open object, so it reflects towards your it reflects the shadow towards this pinhole, and you can able to see the picture of this tree, but it is reverted. The picture is reverted. Why is it so? Because what happens, why this image is obtained inverted in pinhole camera? It is because that the light travels in a straight line, as I already told you. So the light enters through a very tiny hole, which is a pinhole, in a straight line, and this ray is coming from the top point, means the light coming from the top point and reaches to the pinhole, and it passes through the pinhole and strikes the tracing paper at the lower point. Means from the top, you can see from the top light emits and it reflects towards the lower point of the tracing paper. Then the light rays coming from the lower point of the tree. When this tree, when the lower, you can see the lower point of the C, it passes through the pinhole and strikes the tracing paper at the upper point. So the image which creates through the pinhole, it is a inverted image. So the image is in the same color which the color has. The tree has green color, so your image is also is in a green color, but the image is inverted. Now let's have a look why we get inverted image in a pinhole camera. The image obtained in the pinhole camera is inverted because light travels in a straight line, as I already told you. Then in a pinhole camera, the light enters through a very fine hole in a straight line. Light rays coming from the top point of the object passes through the pinhole and strikes the tracing paper in the lower point. Then light rays coming from the lower point of the object passes through the pinhole and strikes the tracing paper at the upper point. Thus we get upside down image in a pinhole camera. Now see, देखो मैं इसे फिर से एक बार आपको समझाती हूँ कि ये इन्वर्टेड इमेज क्यों होता है. अब देखो लाइट आ रहा है, आप ये ट्री पिनहोल कैमरा से देख रहे हो, तो जो लाइट टॉप से आ रहा है, ट्री के टॉप से सीधा वो लाइट ट्रैवल कर रहा है पिनहोल में, वहाँ से पास होकर, क्योंकि लाइट जो है वो स्ट्रेट लाइन में ट्रैवल करता है, तो वो आता है सीधा पिनहोल से पास होकर लोअर पॉइंट पे, ट्रेसिंग पेपर के लोअर पॉइंट पे. पिनहोल के बाद में ट्रेसिंग पेपर आता है पिनहोल कैमरा में, तो उसके लोअर पॉइंट पे आता है, और जो ट्री का लोअर पॉइंट है वहाँ से जो लाइट पास होता है वो पिनहोल से पास होके अपर पॉइंट पे जाता है, ट्रेसिंग पेपर के अपर पॉइंट पे. मीन्स ये क्रॉस में जाता है, क्योंकि लाइट ऑलवेज ट्रेवल्स इन अ स्ट्रेट लाइन. तो इसीलिए क्या होता है, जो पिनहोल कैमरा में जो इमेज बनता है वो इन्वर्टेड इमेज बनता है, सिमिलर नहीं आता है. कलर इज सेम बट द इमेज इज इन्वर्टेड. अब समझ में आ गया? अंडरस्टूड ना? ओके. नाउ you must have understood the properties of image formed by pinhole camera. The first is created colored image, but the image is inverted and smaller in size. These are the three properties of pinhole camera image formed by pinhole camera, that image is colored image, it is inverted, and it is smaller in size. We have pinhole camera in nature also. There is an interesting pinhole camera in nature called a natural pinhole camera. When the sun rays falls on a tree covered with large number of leaves, patches of sunlight of round shape seen on the ground. These circular shapes are pinhole images of the sun. Now you must have seen the trees around you. So tree have number of leaves on it, and these large number of leaves have a gap between them, and between these gaps the sun ray falls on the ground, and it formed the shape, round shape, that are the patches of sunlight, and it is the round in shape, and these shape we can see on the ground. These circular shapes are pinhole images of the sun. So these rounds are called pinhole images of the sun. The gaps between the leaves act as the pinholes, and light coming from sun passes through these natural pinholes and forms bright circular images of sun on the ground below the shady tree. These gaps are all kinds of irregular shapes, but we can see circular images of the sun. Though these shapes are irregular, but we can see circular images of the sun. Now you can observe this picture. This is the pinhole images of the sun. You must have seen the sun rays falls on a tree which is covered with a large number of leaves. So you can see clearly in this picture that how these shapes are formed. The shapes are the circular in shape, and these are called pinhole images of the sun. In this, source of light is sun, tree is act as an opaque object, and this ground is act as a screen. So it forms pinhole images of the sun. So I hope you all understood about the pinhole camera. Now, an activity for you. Match the following about natural pinhole camera. On the A part, object. Which is the object in natural pinhole camera? Yes, sun. Then second is pinholes. Pinholes means gaps between leaves. And then screen. Screen means ground. That means object is the sun, pinholes are gaps between leaves, and screen is the ground. So I hope you all understood the chapter very well. Here I conclude the chapter. If you have any doubt or any query, ask me in interactive query session. Till then, bye-bye. Take care.